Hey, dreamers and listeners, welcome to the Dream Stream. It is Yiskah Koock and Ellen Ronis here to work on our dreams. So, Ellen, I know you've been incubating your dreams and you've been on this incredible journey of asking for information and then receiving it in dreams, which is really a beautiful relationship you're having with your dream life.
Yeah, it's really like so cool. It's so cool. Um, yeah, that's why I wanted to kind of get on this because it's literally like a part three of what has been going on in the last couple of
I don't
sessions
think
here.
you did even speak of part two on the
Oh
podcast.
yeah.
We
Oh
spoke
yes,
about
I
it.
did.
You did?
Yeah, yeah, we did.
We
Yeah,
definitely spoke of
I'm
part one.
sure we did. Yeah. This was the one with the art table that was in a
Yes.
storage. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I mean, I remember the dream, but if you
We
say
did talk
so,
about it. Yeah, we talked
if
about
you
it
say
privately and
so.
then we talked about it. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure. I guess we'll have to go back and check.
I
But
think you're right.
yeah, yeah. And I guess the important thing to know for listeners who didn't catch those last two episodes, is that I was incubating a dream about a very particular project that I'm working on. And I really, I got answers. Like they weren't obviously they're metaphoric and they're, a little you have to kind of interpret, but it was obvious to
Mm.
me, that there was, and it really helped me change the direction of the project to something that feels much better. So that's kind of an amazing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if I want to say more specific about the project. I might, but
Well, just start with your dream and
I feel
then
just, yeah,
you can
exactly.
do all of the reality check, all of the.
Yes. Okay, good.
Okay, great.
Thanks for that structure. Yeah. So I'm in this kind of fantastical setting, like it feels like a dream, like a dream within a dream or something. Like, everything's kind of a little off, and there were a lot of sparkly things. It felt like a Christmassy kind of just somehow a scenario, like Christmas trees and glitter and things like that. And there was a baby, like in a playpen. We called them playpens back in our day. I don't know what people call them now, but pack and play kind of thing. And there was a baby. There was a baby. Actually, I want to just say something about that. I was thinking about the word playpen, and I'm like, what is it? Play penitentiary?
Hey, save it for after the
Play
dream.
jail?
I know all of these things.
That
Don't
has nothing to
dilute the
do.
dream.
That has nothing to do with the dream. I just thought it was kind of a funny thing.
I know. I also had those thoughts.
Anyway, so I'm in this kind of setting, and there's a baby, maybe, I don't know, under a year old. And it's a she, it's a girl, and I think it's my friend's baby, but not in real life. But and my friend is there, sort of off to the side, but I am playing with the baby. Like I am, like we're playing like up and down. Do you want to go up or do you want to go down? And like that kind of like, and she would flop down, and then I would help her up, and then I was like, do you want me to wash your head with a washcloth? Like I don't know, why I was asking that, but it was just like an activity. And of course she didn't talk, she wasn't able to speak yet, she was too young. But there was a sort of a playfulness, and at one point I look over at her, and there's this sort of elongated triangle, almost like a dunce cap, but it wasn't. It was like something that was in the background, like a gold glitter ornament or something. But it was sort of the way she was positioned to look like it was coming out of her head, and it all just felt sort of playful and kind of um curious and yeah,
Kind of what? What did you just say? Serious?
curious, like
Curious. Okay.
curious, like what's with the baby? Why am I playing with her in this particular way? Like there was something a little
Yeah.
odd about it.
Okay.
Um, and let's see if there's any more. That was it. That was it. But uh, I guess one thing I want to say is that she was communicating with me, but non-verbally, like
Yes.
vocally, non-verbally. And
Okay.
I have, quite the hit on this dream. But if you want to ask questions, or shall I just say my hit?
Yeah. Well, I just want to pause a moment and ask you clarifying questions.
Sure.
So if I understood right, if I'm picturing this, the dunce cap was not on her head, it was on the wall behind her. And she herself was just looking like it was on her head.
Yeah, and we weren't, there was no walls because we were outdoors. I
Oh,
forgot.
okay.
We're outdoors, and it felt like there was snow and Christmassy kind of scenario, like Christmas trees and decorations and things around. So it was
Was it
kind of like,
hanging
yeah,
from
it
a
might have
tree?
been hanging from a tree,
It might
something.
have been hanging from a tree.
And it just was like the position she was in at that one moment made it look like she was wearing that, but it didn't feel like a dunce cap in quotes. It
That's
just,
so
it was just like,
silly. That's so
yeah,
funny and
so
silly.
silly. That part of it was really silly and like, oh, that's kind of funny.
So
But
please
yeah,
tell me your hit. You said you were having
yeah,
like a
it
strong.
just, yeah, it made me feel, I'm gonna sneeze.
Look
Oh, yeah, okay, or
at
not.
the light. Look at a light source when you need to sneeze and then bring it right, shooting
That's
right out your
true. I
nose.
don't know how true that is, but
Really? No, it is. It always works for me.
I'll have to remember that. It's too late
Yeah,
now.
it's gone.
um, so I think, I was asking for more clarity about this particular project that I'm
Yes,
working on. It's a course. I'm learning to create a course online,
yes,
and I started with one course that I decided to stop midstream and to go with
yeah,
something that I preferred, which I
yes,
also got that information from the last dream.
yeah.
And this one was like, can I get more clarity? Is this, am I in the right place? So the
So
hit one,
pause for a moment and just to say that I love that way of incubating a dream because it's general enough or it's like open-ended enough to
right,
say, please offer me guidance, which could be a great number of things,
right,
depending on how we work the dream and think about it and
yeah.
but I think that so this was different from how you incubated the first time.
Not really. It was all it. Well, I mean, the first time I was really just like needing clarity on which
Yeah,
direction to take. Am I doing the right thing by switching the
yes,
direction? But I didn't ask that. I just said, please give me guidance.
okay.
It was the
Oh,
same
okay. Oh, that's interesting.
because
So it
we
was the
talked about
same
that.
question. That's beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
So I guess, when like babies or children or and especially babies or well, yeah, it feels like a creative project. Like the baby
Right,
felt like
right,
because
right. Something new,
and it's
something
new,
you're birthing.
fresh.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, and it's not quite newborn, right? So there's a little something, it's like if I look at
Yes,
that as me, right? Like I've got a little something under my belt, or like if I look at that as my creative project,
yes. Oh,
I've
love
got a
it.
little couple of months under me about this. It's not totally brand new. And that was
Yes.
the thing I was like, oh my God, I'm starting from scratch, but I'm not,
No.
I know the material really well that I'm doing. Uh,
Yes.
and that I was kind of tapping into something in the creative realm that didn't have words, like the dream
Yes.
world.
Yes.
Right? Like this baby didn't have words; she had sounds and play, and
She
it's
was
kind
communicating, just not
of,
verbally.
yes, communicating, and I felt almost like the baby's communicating to me in this. It's like it's like in this authentic movement work that I do. Um, it's very it's like something bubbles up from your soul like it's you're so I'm not being clear. um okay, I want to backtrack for a
Yes,
minute.
please, yes.
One
Say
of the
more
things
about that.
Yeah, one of the things that came up for me last night that didn't have to necessarily do with the project, but it's very related, is that I decided very spur of the moment to maybe probably do like a little online, not a little, an online
Yeah,
retreat kind of thing around the solstice, just
I love that.
a little like a movement meditation and maybe some
Yes,
art, just the things that I love to do that help me tap in
yes,
and that are related actually to the course that I'm creating also.
yes,
So, but it was very sort of last minute, and I actually told a handful of people about it, and I was like, "Oh, I really just committed to that." And so
yes, yes,
so it feels, and because that particular work, that like authentic movement style work, where you're moving with there's no music or rhythm, you're just moving from your inside, and you're just letting your intuition or inspiration
Yes.
move through you, through your body.
Yes.
Like just allowing whatever movements you want. And it's not thinking. It's not from your brain, from your
Right.
mental
Right.
capacity,
Right.
from your soul. It's from something inside.
Yes.
So that was definitely on my mind. And I feel like this dream,
Yes.
if the baby is that project,
Oh,
it's
I love
moving
that.
me in that soulful way
Yes.
that
Yeah. I
authentic.
think I would get to that same point with my projection, which is that's to me, this feels like this is my inner child,
Yeah.
and yeah, I can be goofy. I can be like, sometimes I'm wearing the dunce cap, but sometimes I can just laugh at how funny it is that I've ever been perceived as wearing the dunce cap. It's just hanging in the air behind.
Right, right. I can put myself in that little thing and make it look like I'm wearing a dunce cap.
So for me, it feels very much like, okay, this is me. And again, our Gestalt way of looking at our dreams. And I also I'm finding humor in it. So were you laughing in the dream? What was your mood?
Laughing. It felt fun. It did feel fun, but I felt a little, oh, this is an interesting point. It did
Okay.
feel fun. There was like a playfulness about the whole thing.
Yes.
Like I'm watching this fantastical movie, like a little bit, something. There was something playful and fun.
Yes.
But I also felt really insecure in being with the baby.
Oh.
I could not possibly be more secure with a baby. I am like
Oh
beside.
my God. You are Mama Hen. I get that.
Yeah, I never had my own, but I'm like that. I'm so comfortable with like new.
You're so maternal and nurturing, Ellen, but I do think that's very funny that you were washing that with a
And I,
washcloth. And
yeah,
that's very funny to me also, just because you're like, should I be doing this? Shouldn't I
exactly. And
be
I was
doing
actually
this?
asking the baby. I was like, but I was sort of like baby talking her. You know how you do,
Yeah.
like, as if they understand.
Would you like Aunt Ellen to
I was like,
wipe,
would you like me to
wipe
wash?
your head?
I don't know. Like, and that made me feel insecure because I wasn't
Yeah,
sure
I did.
what to do with her. Was I supposed to be bathing her? Was it supposed to be her?
Right. No, I get that. That's wonderful. Yeah.
So and that's how I'm feeling a little bit. I mean, I feel in some ways like secure about the bottom line of all of this stuff that I'm doing, the project and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
course,
Yes.
but there's definitely like a little insecurity with the newness of it.
Sure.
It just
Sure.
felt like,
Anything new,
yeah,
change and anything new is going to be both both fill us with like wonder. I would even say I used to move a
yeah,
lot. I
yeah,
don't move a lot anymore, but I used to move every 4 months. Like I was like,
uh-huh.
out of here. People are getting to know who I am. I'm leaving.
Exactly. It's funny you should say that because this course creation project is like I can't believe I'm sticking with it. I mean, it cost me a lot of money, so this helps.
Yeah.
I'm motivated
Yeah.
partly by that, but also I'm really motivated by why I wanted to do this in the first place. So,
Right.
um, what did I want to say about that? Um, what did you just say? That I wanted to like rip off of that.
No, we were just talking about like this baby also symbolizing the project and being known by your community and like learning
Oh,
more about yourself.
yes,
Sorry,
that's what I
just
was.
paying a lot of money for this course and now making something of it, which is fabulous. That's
Yeah,
why
I
you
think
would
that's
do
what I
such a
love.
course.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry, go. You.
For you. I have a lot of energy about it all.
I have a
Yeah.
lot of tequila.
Oh, you have, my goodness.
I just had a friend over for dinner.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's nice. That's
Yes.
lovely. Um, yeah, I forgot again. Can you believe this? Really something I wanted to say, but I forgot again. Something.
So it was just talking about the project as baby and then paying a lot of money, not being seen. I think that might
Oh, I know
be
what I was going to say is that
trigger for you.
normally I would just want to quit because it's hard.
Sure,
And something's
sure.
so easy and you're getting a big dopamine rush from it. It's like, oh, this is so exciting. It's new, but it's exciting. And you're kind of like really in it. And then all of a sudden, shit hits the wall and you're like, this is hard
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
And
I'm gonna
that is what's
switch
happening.
course now.
But I'm pushing through and I'm
Love it. I love it.
pleased with myself about that. So,
Excellent.
yeah, so I think that these dreams that I'm having are also indicative of that in me, that place in me that actually is like asking for help and
Yeah.
receiving the help and taking the help and
Yes.
action.
Right. And it feels like true guidance is coming from my
Uh-huh.
higher self or my God, my guardian angels, my spirit, whatever it is, however I might look at it, myself, the guidance is coming. And I love that. I think that's wonderful. And
Thank
it's
you.
inspiring to me,
Good.
to yeah.
Yeah.
As I haven't been remembering, I had gone through and not remembering, and I was blaming the THC
Uh-huh.
because, but then I was remembering it regardless. But and I'm just saying, today my friend brought over the tequila, so this hasn't been a reason why I'm not remembering. But I would like to remember. So you're
Yeah.
inspiring me to like have that relationship with my dreams so that I may be guided my higher wisdom.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I wish that for you. And
Thank you.
I know it will happen because it does. You go in and
It
out, right?
does, it does. Yeah, and so now do you feel probably you shouldn't say specific things because you kind of want to keep things close to the chest until you really develop the program, right? I don't know.
And
Maybe
is
you
there
feel like,
something specific that you want to ask about it?
well, you were talking about the other day chatterboxing.
Oh yeah.
Can you please chatterbox right now for us all?
Um, okay, well, I don't know. Yes, I will. And this is really it's raw because I'm literally starting over. So I've got
Yes.
some ideas, and um, it does have to do with movement and the arts, as kind of like a meditation emotion type of thing. So I think it's going to have to do with like removing creative blocks for artists and creative people, not just artists, but creative people who are
Yes.
kind of stuck and helping them remove creative blocks. Okay, this is what I have here: removing creative blocks and tapping into the sustainable creative flow through. I'm not sure about this part through intuition building practices. Um, or through creative practices processes designed
Okay.
to unlock creative flow and remove the blocks. That's just like those words are not, they're just
Yeah.
like
Yeah. I love it. I love
conceptual.
it.
That's the idea conceptually. And then
Yeah.
I did wonder because my last thing was it had to do with ADHD and preparing
Yeah.
food,
Food.
which is great, but it just didn't feel like it doesn't grab my soul the way this one
Yeah.
does. Um,
Exactly.
but because I do have ADHD and because even my creativity and my physicality has to
Yeah.
ultimately do with that when I look at it,
Yes.
I'm actually thinking of making it for creatives who have ADHD, which is very specific, but there's a lot of creatives
Yes.
who have ADHD.
Yes. Right.
So.
Right. I almost think also like maybe just mention maybe just mention in your bio about that, but I don't know that I would say the course is only for people with ADHD
Okay, so
because this is the
that's
course
your.
I would want to take, but I don't think I have ADHD. If anything, I run the opposite way.
Uh-huh.
I'm really slow.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't successfully multitask.
Hmm.
One thing at a time. Just ask my kid, So
Crazy.
so like advertise it maybe more broadly, but mention that, in your bio
Okay,
and
that's
that this is something
exactly
you're offering to so people, I mean, anyone who's going to take the course is going to read the whole thing about it.
right. I do. I know. I appreciate that actually. I kind of think that I know. I don't know why. I think I wanted to just put it in there because I don't know why. It really does. It doesn't have to be. It
But
doesn't really,
maybe
I
if it's
thought it was more
like,
about me. It was more about, because we always create out of ourselves, right? We create
yes,
for people who are like us, who
yes,
struggle with the same things we struggle with. And because my creativity um, seems to have developed out of the symptoms of ADHD without knowing,
yes,
it's
yes.
maybe, but you're right. Like it
No,
could,
but I don't, no, I don't agree with what I just said.
no, oh, you're thinking of
No,
that?
I disagree. I know, I think maybe if you said for those who, struggle with ADHD, however you want to word that, those are not the words you would necessarily use, and other creatives who may be experiencing. So I think you should, because it is going to be an important specialization. Like that is an important
It
thing.
is a niche, that's for sure. It's a very
Yeah.
specific niche. And
So I don't think you should
and
not claim the niche. I just think you should just invite more widely in your
okay,
shows.
that's interesting. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, something like reclaiming the joy of creativity. Like when your creative essence goes a little flat,
Yeah,
and I had this idea.
I love this.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting thing. Yes, I guess I don't want to say too many details about it, but
So, Alan, if you don't mind, please let's put your contact information in the show notes, and then people can reach out to you. And the more information I have, the more I will be more than happy to advertise.
yes, I mean the course is nowhere near ready to launch, but I will
Right.
once it does. But the
Yeah,
but the
sure.
and the I'm calling it a little, I don't know. Why do we keep saying little? Because it would
Yes.
be short, not a whole course. It's like an hour long retreat.
Okay.
That I will very soon have details, but I don't yet.
Okay.
So probably going to be on the
Yeah.
22nd of December. But I would love to actually put that out here.
And retroactively we can, like, we don't have
Yeah.
to put it up yet, but when you are ready, we can come
Yeah,
back to
I think
this one and put that info.
yeah, I think within less than a week I'll know. It has
I'm
to
so excited.
so, and it could be, yeah, it'll be nice, and people can come from anywhere because it's going to be online. So even though everybody's
Exactly.
online, but oh well, yeah.
I know you are an amazing teacher of movement and other, nutrition, food. I want to take your course. I'm not just saying that, but we'll
Mhm.
talk.
We'll talk. Yeah, you could be
We'll
my first.
talk.
They call it a beta something beta something. I don't know. Some
Okay, like the fish, like
like when somebody
the
takes your
nasty fish.
basically as an experiment. You just take
Okay.
an
Oh
experiment
yeah.
and you get it usually for free. Um,
Okay. Right. Okay.
that's for the longer course, and for the other thing, it is
But
whatever.
I'd love to see. I mean, I don't even want to call it a lecture because, as you're calling the shorter course, it's not going to be just lecturing. It's going to be movement and
There's going to be some
art and
experiential things, definitely. I'm going to want people to bring their journal, and it's
yeah.
not like like you have to do anything, but and I think
No,
it might actually be like working from dreams, because it's really about going into the dark, like dancing the dream, the wisdom of our dreams.
I
So
love
it
it.
might have something to do with dreaming, but and how like dreaming into the dark in a way.
I haven't done that enough. I've done that a couple of times, dancing the dream,
Yes,
but
I've done.
I don't think it was ever necessarily my dream, or like, I don't know that I went so deep into it with like authentic movement, but I did experience that once. I would like to do that again, and
Really
certainly
cool.
the visual arts and of course poetry.
Yeah. Oh,
So
absolutely. Writing,
yeah,
and
yeah, dreams offer us the richness to
yeah.
then all of these wonderful ideas to bloom from.
Mhm.
The dream is the earth beneath all of these different mystical ways of dealing with the images in our dreams.
Yes, definitely. And I think
Dancing.
when you're in it, like, you're not necessarily going, oh, I dreamt of a tree, so I'm going to be like a tree.
Right, right.
You're just moving from the feeling of it. And
Yeah.
sometimes
Yes.
you
And
get
then
that.
you'll think about the limbs in the wind,
Yeah. And how does that
and
feel? Like how is it feeling in your body and where is that
yeah,
coming from? And then if you process that movement with writing something or painting something,
yes,
something might bubble up, like whether it's
yes,
an inspiration or an idea or or
yes.
or like what did
If
that dream
it's
mean, you
if
know?
this is going to be a week-long course, it's very likely that while you're in it, you'll still be gathering things and treasures from the course, and
Right.
it won't necessarily be until you're out of the course that the dreams will start coming, and the realizations of how much you learned and grew from the course. So
Yeah. Yeah, it could be right that more wants to happen. Like if people
yeah,
that if they just started the journey and that there's
that,
more.
that's been my
Yeah.
experience at going to, lectures, but I like your way even more than that, like really doing with our hands, you know,
Yes. That's what
and
works best for me. So I'm sure I know
yeah,
that.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so excited.
Ah, thank you so much. Yeah. So for the listeners, like keep if you're interested, actually I wonder if we could just give my email or
Of
my
course,
yeah,
yeah, of course
yeah.
we can. You can say it and
You
we'll put it in the show
and
notes.
we will post more detailed information in the show notes.
Yes,
And for now, give my email in case anybody wants to just reach out and say they're
yeah,
interested. I yeah,
that's good.
yeah, yeah. My information's a little bit vague, so it might be hard to know exactly if you want to
You
do
can
it.
make even a separate Gmail account, specifically for people that great
Yeah,
to you who want to talk about
yeah, could
the
do.
course. You know, that's
Mhm.
simple as making a
Yeah,
new account. It's not going to take long at all.
I have a Gmail account that I don't really use, so but it doesn't matter. I can do it in my
Oh,
regular.
well, then that would be perfect if you don't use it as your general
Yeah, I
email.
don't.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's perfect then.
Yeah, great.
Great. Okay, Ellen. Well,
Thank you so much for
do you
letting me.
think you have more questions to ask to your dream life?
I really don't. It's because I really, looked at it pretty thoroughly and it's pretty,
Yeah,
to me, it's pretty simple. Like it doesn't feel like,
perfect.
yeah,
Perfect.
there's much that I don't understand about it.
Yes. Yes. So I again just want to applaud this way of relating to your higher self. And I think, we all can strive for this. I love it. I love it when I've had times throughout my life that, I've had times where I was having precognitive dreams. Like I would have a dream and the next day it would be like so many parallels to what I had dreamed the night before. It was really cool and crazy because it wasn't my norm. But
Mhm.
that went on for like a couple of weeks. And that was I love that the relationship with our dream life. It changes and it, gains and loses import to us. But right
Yes,
now
it changes and it changes us. It
it change,
changes and
changes and
and
it
it,
changes us. Okay, do you mind if I borrow that? I'm
no,
writing
you
a
got
poem. That line will be perfect.
you got it. It's yours.
It
I have.
changes and it changes us. Excellent. Okay,
Thank you for like yeah for just being willing to jump on with me about this.
oh yeah.
Also interesting to me and important. I mean, hopefully it's interesting to other people, just not my
Yes,
specifics, but how the dream life can really help to guide you if
yes,
you're specific enough in what you're needing. I think that seems to be what was helpful to me.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, again, a pleasure. And I'm happy to do more dream work with you anytime.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. So listeners, thank you. Full mood, may to Sweet dreams.
Dream.